On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Renounce.
To formally declare one's abandonment or rejection of something, especially a belief, claim, or right, to give up or relinquish a particular status, title, or position.
Examples:
Renounce a claim. Renounce citizenship. He renounced his title and lived a simpler life as a farmer.
Ethic.
A set of moral principles or values that govern behavior.
Examples:
Ethic principle. The Puritan ethic. The company had a strict work ethic and expected its employees to follow it.
Aft.
The opposite of forward, located at or towards the rear or back of a ship, aircraft, or other vehicle.
Examples:
Aft cabin. Aft view. The aft section of the ship suffered significant damage after the collision with the reef.
Peacetime.
The state of a country or the world during a period when there is no war.
Examples:
Peacetime era. Peacetime treaty. Tensions were high during wartime, but the countries were friendly in peacetime.
Throwaway.
Designed to be used only once and then discarded.
Examples:
Throwaway item. Throwaway culture. Throwaway plastic containers are causing a major environmental issue.
Liberate.
To set free, to release or rescue from captivity or oppression.
Examples:
Liberate people from oppression. Liberate potential. The prisoners were liberated after the war ended.
Drudgery.
Hard, menial, and tedious work, a routine, monotonous task that is considered boring or unpleasant.
Examples:
Office drudgery. Daily drudgery. The tedious drudgery of answering phones all day made me want to quit my job.
Biodegrade.
To decay naturally by microorganisms, such as bacteria and fungi.
Examples:
Biodegrade by the microorganism. Bioplastic designed to biodegrade. The company's plastic products are easily biodegrade thanks to a unique manufacturing process.
Humming.
Producing a continuous, low, vibrating sound like that of the bee.
Examples:
Humming sound. Hummingbird. The humming of the bees filled the air as she walked through the garden.
Recycle.
To sort and collect things to process them and produce valuable materials that can be used again.
Examples:
Recycle the cardboard boxes. Recycle milk packaging into new paper. We largely recycle the circuit board of cell phones because they contain a lot of valuable metals.
Squat.
To crouch or sit with one's knees bent and one's heels close to or touching one's buttocks. To occupy a space, usually a place that is not designed for human habitation or use. Noun, a physical exercise that involves holding a position similar to sitting with the knees bent and the thighs parallel to the ground.
Examples:
Squat behind a tree. Squat exercise. I need to squat down to pick up the pen from the floor.
Purify.
To remove harmful substances from something and increase the concentration of it.
Examples:
Purify hydrogen gas. Purify the blood. The equipment is frequently used to purify and distribute drinking water.
Contaminate.
To make something impure, unclean, or poisonous by contact or mixture.
Examples:
Contaminate with a disease. Contaminate his ego. We strive not to contaminate the environment when demolishing petroleum plants.
Sponge.
A soft material with many microscopic pores that can absorb a large amount of liquid and is used for washing and cleaning.
Examples:
Sea sponge. Metallic sponge. The tiny marine sponge has existed for more than 500 million years.
Pellet.
A small, round piece of compressed material, such as wood or plastic.
Examples:
The form of a small pellet. Pellet stove. The pellet gun was used to shoot small metal balls.
Unruly.
Difficult or impossible to manage or control, disobedient, disorderly.
Examples:
Unruly beast. Unruly behavior. The unruly children in the classroom made teaching difficult for the teacher.
Flotsam.
Wreckage, debris, or other items that float on the surface of the water and are left behind by a shipwreck or accident.
Examples:
Floating flotsam. Ocean flotsam. After the shipwreck, the survivors clung to various pieces of flotsam to stay afloat.
Artful.
Skillful and cunning, often deceitfully or cleverly, displaying artistic or creative skill.
Examples:
Artful design. Artful manipulation. The writer's artful descriptions made the reader feel as though they were part of the story.
Uninhabited.
Not able to be lived in by humans or animals, devoid of human or animal life.
Examples:
Uninhabited region. Uninhabited house. The remote island is uninhabited and has no permanent residents.
Rookery.
A breeding ground or nesting site for colony nesting birds. particularly for rooks or other seabirds, a crowded or noisy place occupied by a group of people or animals.
Examples:
Seabird rookery. The sea turtle rookery on the shore. The bird watchers were delighted to find a thriving rookery in the middle of the forest.
Sparsely.
Occurring, existing, or situated at wide intervals, in a scattered or thinly populated manner, with a low density or concentration.
Examples:
Sparsely attended. Sparsely decorated. The town was sparsely populated, with only a few houses scattered around the area.
Populate.
To inhabit or occupy a particular area, region, or environment with a certain number or type of people, animals, or plants, to fill out or complete a form, document, or database with relevant information.
Examples:
Populate the countryside. Populate the spreadsheet. Deer, squirrels, and birds primarily populate the forest.
Polyethylene.
A synthetic resin or plastic material with a high strength-to-weight ratio used in a variety of applications, including packaging, insulation, and construction, often abbreviated as PE.
Examples:
High-density polyethylene. Polyethylene terephthalate. The food packaging was made of polyethylene film.
Terephthalate.
A type of chemical compound used in manufacturing polyester fibers, plastics, and bottles.
Examples:
Terephthalate resin. Dimethyl terephthalate. The new fabric is made from recycled polyethylene terephthalate.
Seawater.
Water from the sea or ocean, typically containing salt and various other dissolved minerals.
Examples:
Seawater pollution. Seawater bacteria. The desalination plant turned seawater into drinking water through a complex process.
Propylene.
A chemical compound that is a colorless and flammable gas obtained by cracking petroleum, especially used for making polymers.
Examples:
Propylene oxide. Ethylene propylene rubber. Propylene is an important raw material for plastics, other synthetic resins, and petrochemicals.
Gyre.
A circular or spiral motion, particularly a vortex or large-scale system of rotating ocean currents.
Examples:
Gyre movement. Subtropical gyre. The trash caught in the gyre in the ocean, forming a massive garbage patch.
Albatross.
A large, oceanic seabird with long wings and webbed feet, known for its impressive ability to fly long distances, including circumnavigating the globe, and for its association in popular culture with bad luck or misfortune, of golf, a specific scoring achievement that is rarer than a birdie or an eagle, used when a player completes a hole in 3 strokes under par.
Examples:
Albatross on the par 5 hole. Albatross migration. The researcher spotted a majestic albatross gliding effortlessly over the ocean.
Midway.
In the middle of a process or journey, halfway between 2 points or stages.
Examples:
Midway between our houses. Midway through the flight. We stopped at a restaurant midway through our road trip for lunch.
Atoll.
A ring-shaped coral reef or a chain of coral islands and reefs surrounding a central lagoon, typically formed by the subsidence of a volcanic island over time, leaving only the coral reefs visible above the water surface.
Examples:
Coral atoll. Lagoon atoll. The tourists were excited to explore the remote atoll, which was uninhabited and untouched.
Forage.
To search or hunt for food, provisions, or other necessities. To scavenge or seek out resources in a determined or systematic manner.
Examples:
Forage for food. Forage for information. She would forage through her massive handbag every morning to find her keys.
Scavenge.
To search for or gather useful material, particularly food or other resources, from discarded waste or other sources.
Examples:
Scavenge for food. Scavenge for iron scraps. The raccoon scavenged through the garbage cans in search of food.
Regurgitate.
To bring back partially digested food from the stomach to the mouth. To repeat or recite something without understanding or adding anything new or original.
Examples:
Regurgitate food. Regurgitate information. The biology student had to regurgitate all the material she had learned for the final exam.
Zookeeper.
A person who works in a zoo and takes care of the animals.
Examples:
Zookeeper and marine mammal trainer. Head of the zookeeper. Positions as a zookeeper or marine mammal trainer need formal education.
Peninsula.
A long piece of land that is almost surrounded by water but is linked to a larger part of the land.
Examples:
The tip of the peninsula. The Arab Peninsula. That peninsula was an essential base for the country's defense.
Swath.
A strip of land, especially a long, narrow one, a large amount or quantity of something.
Examples:
A large swath of territory. A swath of green grass. The charity organization has helped to provide education to a vast swath of the population.
Crochet.
A type of needlework or fabric making that involves creating loops of thread or yarn with a hooked needle. An item or piece of clothing made using this technique.
Examples:
Crochet pattern. Crochet kit. She passed the time on the plane by doing some crochet work.
Zooplankton.
Very small animals that live in water and on which other sea creatures feed.
Examples:
Freshwater zooplankton. Floating zooplankton. The diversity of riverine ecosystems influences the variety of zooplankton in marine areas.
Trawl.
To fish by dragging a net, often along the bottom of the ocean or river, to search or examine something thoroughly, often looking for a specific item or information.
Examples:
Trawl the internet for free music. Trawl for fish. The fisherman used a net to trawl the bottom of the river for his catch.
Plankton.
Tiny forms of plant and animal life that live in water or air on which other animals feed.
Examples:
Plankton blooms. Plankton community. Plankton is generally the foundation of the ocean food chain.
Pollutant.
A substance or agent that pollutes or contaminates the environment, typically through release into the air, water, or soil.
Examples:
Noxious pollutant. Water pollutant. The factory's use of chemicals has made it a significant pollutant in the area.
Ingest.
To take food or drink into the body, often through the mouth, to absorb or assimilate something, often used to describe the intake of information or knowledge.
Examples:
Ingest food. Ingest medication. People who compulsively ingest non-food items, such as dirt or chalk, suffer from a condition called pica.
Autopsy.
A medical examination performed on a dead body to determine the cause of death or identify any underlying medical conditions or injuries, a post-mortem examination or necropsy, in animals.
Examples:
Forensic autopsy. Perform an autopsy. The autopsy report revealed that the cause of death was a heart attack.
Polluted.
Contaminated with harmful or poisonous substances.
Examples:
Polluted air. Cadmium polluted area. The river was polluted with chemicals, causing harm to the wildlife.
Fishmonger.
A person who sells fish, typically at a fish market or shop, a merchant or retailer who specializes in selling fresh or preserved fish and seafood.
Examples:
Local fishmonger. Friendly fishmonger. The fishmonger at the market displayed an impressive variety of fresh seafood.
Narrator.
A person who tells a story, especially in a book or film.
Examples:
First-person narrator. The narrator of the TV program. The narrator makes use of the local dialect.
Proliferate.
To grow or increase rapidly in number, to reproduce or spread rapidly, especially in an uncontrolled manner.
Examples:
Proliferate cells. Proliferate weeds. The number of COVID cases continued to proliferate in many countries worldwide.
Untold.
Not yet revealed or known, not having been counted or measured.
Examples:
Untold riches. An untold number of people. The untold stories of the disaster victims need to be heard to understand the impact fully.